Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have a draw preview and prediction video for the ATP Dubai tournament, and it's another ATP 500. I'm very interested by this one, and there's a few reasons why. The first reason is because we've actually got a number of former champions of this tournament in the draw. We've also had some people drop out relatively late on, and we'll touch on that in a second. Before we do, though, remember to that like button, do subscribe if you're new, and do leave a rating or review if you are listening on a podcast platform. Thank you to our members as always. Number one seed is Daniel Medvedev, and he plays Jan Struff in the first round. Now, the defending champion is Ugo Humbert. Daniel Medvedev won the year before that, and the year before that, it was Andrei Rublev, who, of course, has just come off winning the ATP Qatar tournament, where he beat Jack Draper in the final as well. So, yeah, in 3 sets, and that was a very good tournament for Andre. He's looking like he's back to some of his best form, and I think for him, he'll just be wanting to play that type of tennis at slams and really push on. I think in the Grand Slams, that is the biggest missing piece for him, is giving himself a chance to at least put himself in a position to win one. Whether he wins one or not in his career remains to be seen. But a lot of these guys have made finals at least, if not won a slam. In the case of Medvedev, Zverev's made finals. 3 of them now. Tsitsipas has made finals as well. And Berrettini's made a final. All these guys that are similar age to him and were part of that group of players, they've all managed to do it. At least give themselves an opportunity anyway to be one match away from winning one. So Medvedev plays Struff in the first round, the number 1 seed and Russian, who's had a pretty turbulent start to the season, it's fair to say. He needs the head-to-head 7-1 though with Struff, and I think he'll get through this one as well. Pericard Zhang is a really interesting matchup. Big serving Frenchman, the best server on tour. And he's also improved his game in the offseason. I think it's been pretty clear to see, especially off the ground. I've also been very encouraged by the fact that he's coming to the net more. I spoke to him about that at Wimbledon last year, and he said it was something that he was looking to work on and implement into his game more and more as he became more comfortable with that tactic. He lost to Zhang Zhizhen in Cincinnati last year. This is a different Pericard, though, and I think he'll actually get the win here and level the head-to-head 1-1. Safiullin in a qualifier plays Greek Sport. I'm going to go with Greek Sport to get through that. Yuri Lehechka versus Ugo Humbert. As I said, Ugo Humbert is a former champion. Yuri Lehechka has been playing some great tennis. This is such a good matchup. Honestly, this is a phenomenal matchup. Yuri Lehechka played some great tennis in Qatar. Ugo Humbert just clearly likes this tournament, and especially indoors, we know how dangerous he can be, but outdoors on hardcore, he's still a menace. It's a tough one to call, if I'm being honest. I'm not really sure which way I lean here, because either one of these guys could win. They're both of similar age, if I'm not mistaken, as well, but Humbert has won more titles from memory, but the head-to-head is they've never played. They've never played. That doesn't sound right, does it? Wow, okay. Lehechka 23, Humbert 26. How have they never played before? So I need to picture how it plays out in my head. I'm going to go with Humbert, just. Tsitsipas Sonego. Now, Tsitsipas, I've been pretty worried about his form this year. I think that's a fair reaction to have, given how his season's gone so far. 3-0 is the head-to-head between Tsitsipas and Sonego. Tsitsipas should get the win here. Evans and Khachanov. I'll go with Khachanov to beat wildcard Dan Evans. Gael Monfils Berrettini. Berrettini holds I think it's a 7-0. I mean, maybe that's too one-sided, but 7-0 head-to-head versus Monfils. Sorry, 3-0 even. I exaggerated that a little bit. 3-0. The last time they played, though, was in 2022. Monfils has actually been playing some of the best tennis of his career since the start of 2024. Berrettini had a pretty good run, as we know. In Qatar, he ended up losing to Draper in the semi-finals, I think, of Qatar, but he'd beaten Djokovic. Question is, how's he feeling physically? I'm not quite sure how he'll be feeling physically. I'm actually going to go with Monfils to get the win here. I just think Berrettini maybe needs some time to recover. We know that he's prone to injury, and I feel like maybe he might be a bit fatigued here. O'Connell and Dimitrov. Dimitrov has not had a great 2025 so far. He had a fantastic 2024. Hasn't managed to follow it up in the season so far to date. O'Connell's the qualifier. I'm actually going to go with... I'll go Dimitrov. Now, Fuchsovich is supposed to play Jack Draper, you can see there, but he has pulled out. He officially made a statement on social media, so he'll be playing Fuchsovich. I'm assuming a lucky loser. Go with Fuchsovich to win that one. Azizou Bergs to beat Aziz Douglas, who's got a wild card, and Marjan to beat Bautista Agut. I've got Rublev to beat qualifier Hallis, although again, could he have the champion hangover in the first round? And then Feast to beat Borges. Borges seems been playing some better tennis to beat Bublik. Poprin to beat Hadi Habib. And Dimona to beat Cilic. Leaves me with a round of 16 matchups of Medvedev and Mpeshi Pericard. Mpeshi Pericard has a chance here, but Medvedev should have enough in his tank, enough of a skill set to navigate this one. Does he? You know what? I actually don't think he does. I think Pericard might serve a volley against him and actually be able to pull off what would be a very good win. Amber, Greek Sporga, Amber. Tsitsipas to beat Khachanov, is that right? Yeah, I think so. Monfils Dimitrov will go for Dimitrov, though he's not been looking great. Okay, we'll go Dimitrov. Fuchsovich to beat Bergs. No, Bergs to beat Fuchsovich. Marjan, Rublev, Feast, and Felix Feast for me. Poprin, Dimona, it should be Dimona. Too solid. All a French affair of Pericard versus Ugo Humbert. I'm going to go with Humbert. Tsitsipas, Dimitrov. I think Tsitsipas will come out on top there. Rublev to Bergs and Feast Dimona. Wow. Wow. I'm going to go with Arthur Feast. Go a bit left field there. Semi-finals of Ugo Humbert and Stefanos Tsitsipas. Andre Rublev and Arthur Feast. Will Tsitsipas really make it that far? Am I being a bit ambitious with Tsitsipas? Yeah, I think let's pick Dimitrov instead. So Ugo Humbert and Grigor Dimitrov. I've gone for Ugo Humbert versus Grigor Dimitrov, Andre Rublev versus Arthur Feast for my semi-finals. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, I'm going to pick Humbert to beat Dimitrov and Feast to beat Rublev. So I've actually gone for an all-French final of Humbert versus Feast. I'm just going to check because I'm pretty sure these guys have played before. I think Humbert came out on top in the most recent one. Yeah, 4-1 in favor of Humbert. And yeah, Ugo Humbert beat Feast in the Australian Open. It was 2-1 up, or he was 2-1 up. Feast did beat Humbert in Tokyo last year in 3 sets. And they played in Canada, Herzogenbosch, and Cincinnati. And as I said, Humbert's won 4 out of the 5 in the head-to-head. But I'm actually going to go with the younger of the two, the 20-year-old Arthur Feast, to win his first Dubai Tennis Championships. Let me know in the comment section below who you picked and why. Thank you very much, guys. Stay safe for a while, and we'll see you on the next video.